Hi, welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your opportunity to find out about the nonprofits that make our state so great. I'm your host, Bill Crane, and today we have Kerri from the Holter Museum of Art. Welcome, Kerri.
Thanks, Phil.
So let's start out with sort of the high view, bring us up to speed on what the Holter is, and then we'll dive into what you've got going on.
Yeah, so we are a contemporary art museum located in downtown Helena. We're just off of the Gulch, straight down from the cathedral. We are a completely free admission museum, completely free all the time. We do accept donations when people come in, but we want to be able to reach everyone anywhere, regardless of their income level, regardless of what they can give. We're here for everybody.
Okay. And you were saying celebrating like anniversary coming here.
Yeah, so we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. We began in 1987. Our official birthday party is actually going to be December 9th. It's a Saturday. We'll have events all day. And so yeah, it's kind of been an all-year celebration.
Great, that's excellent. So what do you have new at the Holter? What's going on there?
We have a brand new executive director. Chris Ricardo was just named our full-time executive director. He was the interim from the last 2 years, I believe, 2 or 3 years, and has just been named full-time. So we're really excited to have that continuity and his leadership going on. We also have 2 new staff members. Myself, I started back in June as the museum store manager, and also Jennifer Dutois Barrett. She's our new assistant curator, has been doing incredible things, and she started back in April.
I think my favorite thing that Jennifer did was the cupcakes that had little brain shapes on them.
Yeah, oh my gosh, aren't they so cute?
Yeah, it was great. She's doing a great job, as is the store looks really great too.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about the exhibits that are at the Holter right now.
Yeah, so we have a couple really fun mixed media exhibits. John Sauer is in our Sherman Gallery. He has a mixed media exhibit with some aluminum, a cool aluminum sculpture that's kind of like undulates all across the floor. He also has these really cool burnt stylus pieces that he's captured kind of some different Montana landscapes by burning into the paper. So it's a really, really fun exhibit along with a couple of other things in there that you'll have to come by to see.
Oh wait, it's a mystery, I like that.
Yes, of course. And then we have another exhibit called Textus that is kind of a textile exhibit. These 2 artists mailed letters back and forth to each other. They were best friends growing up, and so they've displayed all the envelopes from all those things and kind of highlighted what, you know, growing up together and that was, along with a lot of textiles all around the room, which is also really fun. But our biggest and most exciting exhibit right now is, of course, the cave. We've had so much around that, and people seem to be really liking it so far.
So let's, well, going back to the burnt stylus, if you just go in to see one piece in that, there's about 8 of them on the one wall.
Yep.
They capture Montana landscape phenomenally. It's a really great exhibit. And chatting with the artist, it was interesting to know that he does it in layers, since there's actually different versions of those out there in the world. But that's definitely great. Okay, the cave.
Yes.
It's collaborative. There's tons of people involved. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it is a team of 12 members. I was going to say artists, but they're not all artists. They're artists and scientists and architects. They're all from Montana State University, coming together to form the Neuro Cave Collaborative, is what they call themselves. And they've come to make an art science installation piece that molds art with neuroscience and audio and visual and what you're thinking. And it's completely interactive. You go into the exhibit, you put on a headset, and it starts to measure your brain waves. Then there's these cool pods that light up according to what your brain waves are doing. And then the really fun part is if you take a friend and you bring them in with you, put on 2 different headsets, eventually your brainwaves will start to do the same thing. And then your pods will light up the same color, and there's all kinds of sounds that go along with it. It's really, really cool.
And I went during the opening where it was busy and you could have you stood in line, but right now I suspect if you came in during regular just day hours, you'd probably have it largely to yourself.
Yep, definitely. I haven't seen more than 3 or 4 people in there at a time during the day. You know, if you come in between 10 and 5:30, just Tuesday through Friday, you pretty much have it to yourself. Saturdays and Sundays have been a little bit busier, but still, yeah, you have all sorts of time in there.
And you've kind of leveraged this and done some other interesting things in the cave, so tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have yoga in the cave coming up. Our next one is October 28th. It's a Saturday at 10:30. So we've partnered with the Loft Studio downtown. They come in, bring your own yoga mat. It's $12. Come in, set up, and then she leads you through a kind of just like relaxation and restoration type of yoga in the cave while the sounds are going on. You know, we have up to 5 people wearing headsets, and so all the lights are going off, and it's a really cool experience. Yeah.
It sounds like a hoot.
Yeah.
I figured you could have people doing yoga, then you could just have the people doing brainwaves.
Yeah.
So you can do yoga and do brainwaves simultaneously.
And that's what's so cool to notice is the different way your brain interacts versus when you're not doing yoga, and then when you get into that meditative state, you know, what different colors the pods are making and what different sounds are coming because of what your brainwaves are doing, and that's dance.
Right. So let's try to go a little deeper so that people are enticed to come down. You've got 12 people involved.
Yes.
From scientist to artist, if that is the spectrum, I don't know. But let's talk about some of those pieces that are involved with that.
Yeah, so there is the audio piece for sure. They've recorded different sounds. They also have cave-like sounds, dripping. I swear I've heard like feet running when I've been there before, yeah. And so pairing that along with the computer science techs, they completely wrote the code for the program. And so, like I go back there to turn it on every morning and I'm just like, oh, whoa, like I just don't mess with it because it's super complicated code, but they did an incredible job. There's also the art piece, of course. The neural caves themselves are 3D printed plastic with fiber optic cables wrapped all around them. And so there's the visual element there. And then there's the architect element that's, there's 5 different pods in there, and she kind of found out the best way to put those in there where it's gonna be tech capable, where we're not gonna overload any systems. It's visually appealing, but it also like works, and it has something to do with like the way your brain is gonna interact depending on which part of the cave you're in.
I've done it when there was a crowd, but it was a fascinating experience.
Yeah.
And the artistic aspect, it definitely belongs in a museum of art because it's beautiful and the light and the sound are all contributory, but it is interesting to tie into your brain.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's nice to be able to have that kind of interaction. I think a lot of people get stuck in that the museum is this white cube space where I have to be quiet and I can't touch anything. And it can be really intimidating for a lot of people. So we love bringing in these kinds of things where people can come in, they're encouraged to touch and feel and be a part of it. And that's also a huge part of this installation is you create the art when you're in there. So like not only are you viewing the art, but you're also the artist while you're participating.
I think over the years, the Holter's done just incredible installations, but this one has probably pushed the envelope further than most of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, and that's the thing is a few museums actually turned down this exhibit and for fear of it, you know, not working, for fear of, you know, pushing that envelope a little bit too much. And we were like, we'll take it, we're not afraid, you know, we'll make it work one way or another. And it has been nothing but great for us.
And it's been a stable installation. It's worked well.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going back during the day sometime when it's not as busy.
Good.
Okay, so we've got great shows going on right now. They'll be coming down sometime soon.
Yes, next Wednesday actually.
Okay.
They will all come down on Wednesday, and then we start our installation Thursday, Friday for the HoHoHolter.
Okay, let's talk about HoHoHolter.
Yeah, so it's our annual holiday sale. We're going to be showcasing over 60 Montana artists. They're all bringing in work. We have everything ranging from pottery to paintings and textiles, pillowcases and jewelry. And everything is for sale. So it's kind of that kickstart to the holiday season. Come in, get your holiday shopping done. So our artists will be there during our opening weekend, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. November 2nd is a members only preview. So it's from 5 to 8 p.m. and they get their first pick at everything. So if anyone's interested, they should sign up for a membership. You can do it online on our website or come into the Holter, come see me and I'll sign you up. We can start as low as $5 a month and we'll get you into that members only preview and you can get first pick. Now, if you're not interested in that, that's okay. Our public opening is at the Fall Art Walk on November 3rd, also from 5 to 8 p.m. And it'll be great. We'll have music, lots of people, all the artists will be there to meet them, talk to them about their work, and then get started on your holiday shopping.
Okay, so I'm guessing, does that coincide with the first Friday as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yep, it's the November 1st Friday, Fall Art Walk, HoHoHolter holiday
So
sale.
it's just going to be jam-packed downtown.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And everyone along the Gulch is participating. Everyone's going to be open late. There's going to be all kinds of treats and vendors. It'll be a really great time for the Helena community.
Okay. And so what else do we need to add to this?
You know, that's a great question. I just really would love to encourage people to come in, just see what's going on. We understand there have been some really broken relationships in the past with the museum, and we've really worked hard these last few years to build those relationships. And so come in, see what the new Holter is about, see these new exhibits that we're pushing that envelope. Come see the new staff, introduce yourself to Chris. He loves talking to people, loves to get to know people. And we really just want to build that relationship with the community again. You know, we're here for you guys. We're here to be there for the Helena community and to be the art center in Helena. And we can't do that without you guys. And so come on in, see what we're all about, and we'd love to have you.
That sounds great. I personally have been going to the Holter for years, and your staff is wonderful right now. And there's the idea that there's no barrier. You can just walk in the door and experience it. If you want to make a donation, great, but it is free to walk in the door. What more can a person ask for?
Yeah, definitely. And especially in such a cute little town like Helena, you know, we really are a gem.
That First Friday energy, I mean, we have a great one coming up, but basically every first Friday of the month, you've got galleries open downtown, and the Holter is buying into that and making sure they're a part of that First Friday, and I really appreciate that as well.
Oh, good, thank you. We love being there.
Yeah, great. So thank you for coming on the show today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been so fun.
Good. And thank you guys for tuning in as always, and have a wonderful evening.